Nearly everyone has a camera on them at all times, which makes it easier than ever before to capture sightings of alien life. But could the following prove we're not alone in this universe? From strange lights that experts can't explain to 3 UFOs flying in unison, here are 15 most reliable signs of aliens and alien life. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos every day. That being said, let's begin. Number 15. UFO in Quebec caught on camera. What you will quickly realize from any sighting of alien life is that anyone who captures it uses a potato to do so. Anything that slightly resembles alien life is discredited based on blurry imagery alone. But this sighting in Quebec is undisputable. From the crystal clear quality of the video to the unidentifiable object in the air, government officials will have a hard time trying to dispute this one. A family in Quebec filmed an unusually sparkly and light-filled object in the sky, and the man at the end of the camera had a hard time keeping up. Therefore, the camera footage is quite shaky. It might be unstable, but it is clear. You can see the supposed alien life in detail, and it doesn't appear to be any drone or something similar. There's every reason to believe this object in the sky over Quebec is undeniable proof of alien life. Now it's time for the star topic. It's becoming easier and easier to document strange sightings of alien life with how much technology we have at our fingertips. But it can be hard to know what's real and what's not. With this photo sent in to us, we're pretty confident this is anything but fake, but we'll let you be the judge. In the photo, the dash cam in a vehicle traveling at night picks up the authentic looking image of a man or bird-like creature. It's standing in front of the car with its arms or wings spread out and red eyes staring out of a broad face. The body appears to be half beast, half man, but no one knows for sure. What on earth is this creature? Is it an alien? Comment down below with the hashtag star topic and let us know your opinion in relation to what we just showed on screen. With that said, let's keep things moving. Number 14. 3 UFOs over Egypt. Over the years, there have been many sightings of alien life over the pyramids in Egypt and surrounding Egyptian monuments. Rarely, however, do you read about, hear, or see possible alien life in populated Egyptian cities. Until now. An unknown Egyptian student filmed 3 UFOs flying in unison over a densely populated Egyptian city. The video was taken in 2015 and had been circulating on the internet ever since. While there are no articles or information about these sightings, the evidence is undeniable. The 3 UFOs are as clear as day. They appear to be flying saucers with lights that run the diameter of each craft. They also don't stray too far from each other, but descend and ascend over the buildings from a distance. Spotting anything like this over cities in Cairo is rare, but to get it as clear as day on video is even rarer. It's hard to deny that this could be definite proof of alien life. Number 13. Square rock with signs of alien life. Life on Mars is something that scientists have been working to establish for generations. They want to know whether it did exist, whether it can, and if we can eventually move there once we're finished with all the resources here on Earth. According to NASA, organisms have been found on Mars. NASA released a photo of microscopic blobs on a piece of rock that supposedly fell to Earth and was found in Antarctica in 1984 in the Allen Hills region. Scientists believe the piece of rock chipped off an asteroid or comet and was sucked into the Earth's gravitational field around 13,000 years ago. It then ended up on the ice sheets of Antarctica, where researchers found it. The rock in itself is quite a remarkable find, but the microscopic organisms on it could prove that life does or did exist on the Red Planet. The 9 scientists were quoted in an issue of the magazine called Science as saying the meteorite is evidence for primitive life on early Mars. Of course, as with any amazing discovery, there are naysayers, and this find is no exception. Some people believe that contamination to the rock could have occurred since it entered Earth's atmosphere. Others believe inorganic processes can mimic the signature of life. Regardless of what you think, trying to disprove that there was life on Mars is getting far harder than proving it. Number 12. Persistent signal from space. In every waking moment, our world's best researchers and astronomers are looking for signs of life in the darkest depths of the universe. The thought that we may be the only life form out there is too hard for them to believe. And they might be right, for astronomers are now picking up persistent signals that could signify life forms elsewhere. Astronomers from SETI, the Extraterrestrial Intelligence Group, have been pointing radio telescopes at 200 parts of the sky in Arecibo, Puerto Rico. Given that they have picked up signals from this area in the past, they were hoping to reaffirm their findings once more. And they did. Merely picking up a signal is not a definite sign of alien life. It could be an astronomical phenomenon, interference from other radio networks, or even transmission from the telescope itself. However, it's the most reliable link and proof that anyone has to date, and is coming from an area between the Aries and Pisces constellations. It also has a drifting frequency of between 8 and 37 Hz per second, which indicates it is not aligned with the rotation of a planet. The signal has been picked up on different occasions, from various areas, and by different people. It is also one of the most consistent and persistent, which points more to alien life than any other previously identified signals. Time will tell what researchers can gather from this information in the future. You never know, there could be life out there after all. Number 11. Alien microbugs found on space balloon. Each country spends billions of dollars to make sure foreign bugs and plants don't impact those that are native to the area. A single spider in a banana plantation could stop an entire shipment from even reaching some countries' shores. So to know that alien microbugs are just dropping from the skies as and when they please, it can make you wonder whether all these precautions really matter. After all, these bugs aren't going through any customs procedures. But how did researchers find out that alien bugs were out there and could reach Earth? A team from biology and biotechnology departments at Cardiff and Buckingham Universities, led by Professor Milton Wainwright, made a special space balloon. They then launched this balloon during the Perseid meteor shower into the stratosphere. The balloon went up a distance of around 16 miles, then came back down again. When it returned, it had small organisms that could have only come from space. Professor Wainwright said particles from Earth could not have made it to such distances, except in rare cases of volcanic eruptions, which there hadn't been any in the 3 years before the balloon was sent up. The unique biological entities, which included a diatom fragment, were proven not to have come from the Earth due to their large size. Such an exciting find could easily see the rewriting of science textbooks in the future. Number 10. The Squamish Orb. You know, something is gonna be a strong sign of alien life when even the best experts have no answers and can only say it's unlikely to be earthly. That's certainly the case when it comes to the orb of light over Stawamus Chief, a sacred mountain in British Columbia. Researchers Marcus McNabb and Rob Freeman visited the granite dome of Stawamus Chief in July to see if they could identify any strange spheres or orbs. The area is well known for its creepy and unusual activity that could be signs of alien life. They were not disappointed. For just before 11 p.m. on July 22, 2017, they spotted a yellow and white ball of light appearing out of nowhere, then disappearing into the woods. It made no sound and moved quickly in a fashion that ruled out the possibility of planes, drones, or similar. How it moved into the woods would also see to disprove it as anything other than a UFO. Footage of the orb has been examined by forensic photo and video experts who determined that it was not produced from anything terrestrial, which means it is not from this Earth. It was also not a meteor or drone. The Chief, which is the world's second largest monolith of granite and a sacred site, tends to have more than its fair share of unusual happenings. There have also been sightings of both bright lights and Bigfoot in the area that no one can explain. Could this really be a strong sign of alien life? Number 9. Oumuamua. Is it a comet? Is it an asteroid? A big rock? Signs of alien life? We've got more questions than answers at this point, but the peculiar object that experts are calling Oumuamua is an exciting revelation all the same. In 2017, astronomers were looking at the solar system as they do every day, but spotted something that they don't see every day. And that was a strange object zipping around in space at an odd angle. It appeared to have come from an unknown solar system and may have been ejected from its home planet. By the time our astronomers saw it, it was already making its way back to where it came from. Oumuamua, which is Hawaiian for scout, doesn't share any commonalities with anything else we have discovered to date in the solar system. While it appears to be ejected from a star as a comet would, it doesn't have a tail or outgassing that we associate with comets. And while it doesn't act like an asteroid, it might even be one. Astronomers have only been viewing the happenings in the sky for the last 4 centuries, which means that there's very little we have discovered in the grand scheme of things. This strange object, detached from its star, may be common, but it also may be an infrequent occurrence that we've managed to see by chance. Time will tell whether we see something similar in our lifetime again, or we really were lucky to see this alien rock type in our viewable part of space. Number 8. Dead alien in Siberia. Irkutsk in Russia is a known UFO hotspot. There are dozens of supposed sightings every year, and many residents suspect Russian military crash cover-ups equally as often. But did they miss something days after a supposed UFO crash? 2 walkers believe they stumbled across the body of an alien, and its severe damage shows it might be from a previous crash landing. The UFO's body has a full gaping mouth, deep eye holes, and a unique shaped head. It also lay in the snow with a height of around 2 feet and was missing part of its right leg. Footage of the alien was posted on the internet with hundreds of thousands of views within days. While many called it fake, others weren't so sure. If it were fake, it would have to be exceptionally well staged. So legitimate did it seem to be that Russia's emergencies ministry team were sent in to investigate. However, search and rescue teams found no sightings of aircraft or crashes, and were dubious about speculating on the sighting even further. Even looking at the body, however, it's hard to think that it's anything other than an alien. Is the government trying to cover it up? Number 7. Alien life form on Mars. Mars rovers have been cruising around the surface of the red planet since 2003, sending photos back to Earth so that we can get an idea of what it's like. While we probably could send people, it has so far been too challenging and expensive to do so. That's not to say that we won't get there in the future, however. But in the meantime, we rely on NASA gadgets like Spirit the Mars rover to explore it for us and report back. And it did, with some surprising footage. At first glance, it looks like any other photo you see of Mars. It's red, covered in dirt, and barren of any life form. It's also rocky, very rocky. Quite dull when you think about what we have here on Earth. However, in the footage sent back from Spirit the Mars rover, there appears to be more than dirt and rocks. Instead, there looks to be an alien sitting on a rock in the background. It seems to have a head, arms, and legs in a casual pose, almost as if he's waiting at a bus stop to be picked up. While it's likely that this life form is in fact just the unique shape of a rock, it's interesting to think that it could be something else. Alien or stone? You decide. Number 6. UFO sighting in Esquimalt. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? According to one couple in Esquimalt, British Columbia, it could be an alien. Brian and Melissa Cooper were watching a movie in bed when they noticed 2 strange objects out the window. They leaped out of bed to view them from their 2nd-story balcony and were at a loss as to work out what they were. Brian said they used their cell phones to film them, but the footage is too grainy and blurry to ascertain for sure what is in it. Brian and Melissa believe it's either a secret military vehicle, given the proximity to the Esquimalt naval base, or aliens. He said it flew like a drone, but faster and with lights that spun in different directions. The upstairs neighbors to the Coopers also saw the objects and were equally at a loss loss as to how to explain them. However, experts were quick to shut down alien speculation. Physics and astronomy professor Dr. John Willis from the University of Victoria said the footage was not the best quality to make a positive identification of the object. However, he did say that 99% of the time, such footage was innocent. Victoria Air Photos and Survey spokesperson David Carlos said it appeared to be a UAV drone, but wouldn't 100% rule anything else out. The Navy base declined to view the footage, but said they didn't have aircraft out that night. Number 5. Russell Crowe captures UFO on camera. Australian celebrity Russell Crowe, who has New Zealand roots, claims to have seen a UFO behind his office in Sydney. While he usually retweets information about new movies he appears in, Russell broke tradition by posting up the footage that he took 4 years before, speculating whether it could be alien life. In his description of the footage, he asks his fans whether it's a bird, a plane, or a UFO. He said, "You must be the judge." Some say the footage was an attempt at a publicity stunt, but others are acknowledging the incredible footage as something extraordinary. As it turns out, it's not just everyday people that believe they see aliens. As he requests, you be the judge. Is it an alien or something completely innocent? Number 4. UFO sightings in France. You often hear about UFO sightings in the USA and even as far as Egypt, but in France, not common at all. Until now. Footage uploaded to YouTube shows what looks like UFOs in La Selle Guinande, France. A group of people was returning home through the French countryside after a night out at dinner. They noticed 3 fast-moving objects in the sky with unusual lights and begin to film. The objects change direction, move abruptly, and appear to zip around in a fashion far too agile for human-made aircraft. No one knows for sure what these objects were, but it's unlikely to be balloons, drones, or aircraft from this planet. Number 3. Alien and UFO. A man and his wife were outside with their dog when they noticed an absurd ball of light in the sky. The sun was starting to set, so the video isn't overly explicit, but what you do see is hard to explain. The ball starts as something small and purple. It moves around in the sky, hovers, then zips away again. It then changes to green, gets larger and smaller, flies, and moves around some more. It's hard to know what this light is, but it's not hard to think that it's not some form of alien life. This theory becomes even more plausible when you see something the man initially didn't during filming. There appears to be an alien in the shadows near where the lights are. While there's nothing to back up his claims, it's hard to deny that purple and green balls of light don't just appear in the sky for no reason. Number 2. The WOW signal. Who would have thought that a 72-second signal from a telescope could be one of the world's most significant unknowns? What is now known as the WOW signal was a signal received on the Big Ear radio telescope at Ohio State University from what could be alien life. Astronomer Jerry R. Emmon was the man who discovered the strange anomaly in 1977. He was so astounded by the signal that he circled it and wrote the word WOW next to it. That's how it got its name. Since then, there have been no repeats, but not through a lack of trying. Many communication attempts have been made since the 1970s, but no transmissions have been received back. The signal came with no encoded or modulated information or data, but it's thought to be the most definite proof of alien life to date. Number 1. Fighter pilots see UFO. Any government official or agency has been dubious about confirming reports of UFO or even referring to them in documents released to the public. But the evidence is piling up, and it won't be long until the US Defense Department officials have to say, "You're right, UFOs exist and sometimes share our airspace." Many Navy pilots have encountered them for themselves and can't explain what they are, even with their years of experience around aircraft. An FA-18 Super Hornet pilot, Lieutenant Ryan Graves, who has been with the Navy for over a decade, was one of the pilots who reported seeing strange objects while out on a training flight. These objects had no visible engine or exhausts and seemed to move at hypersonic speeds and over 30,000 feet. Lieutenant Graves even said that at the speeds they moved moved at, it would be impossible to stay in the air for any longer than an hour, but these were in the air for 12 hours or more. He reported his findings to the Pentagon and Congress. There have also been near misses and sightings of objects moving near the waves of the ocean. It all seems too sinister not to be something from out of this world. However, the Defense Department will not say that any objects their pilots have encountered are extraterrestrial. Instead, they noted explanations could generally be found. Oddly enough, they have changed the protocol for reporting such instances, which must mean there are obviously enough sightings to call for changes. Dana Scully and Fox Mulder from the hit TV series X-Files taught us a lot about being open-minded regarding extraterrestrial beings, and thinking about the possibilities. But could there really be aliens out there? Do you have proof above and beyond what we've shown you? Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on screen right now. See you next time!